Ladies and gentlemen, it's the battle of the century between the 4K budget cameras. In this corner, weighing in at 370 grams, it's the Canon R50V. And in this corner, coming in at half that weight, about 180 grams, it's the Osmo Pocket 3. All right, fellas, listen up. I want a clean fight here. No hitting below the belt. You're going to go back to your corners, and when you hear that bell, you come out fighting. You ready? Good. Let's fight! Okay, round one is pretty easy, and honestly, it ain't even close. The winner is the Osmo Pocket 3. It's not even kind of close, right? With this thing, you just whip it out, you turn it on, you hit record, and boom, you are creating content. No worrying about lenses, no settings panic, no menu confusion. It's just easy. Meanwhile, with the Canon R50V, you got to be thinking, am I shooting in 8-bit or 10-bit? Am I shooting in C-Log 3 or Rec 709? What custom mode am I in? The frame rate, the shutter speed. And if you're brand new to creating content, that can be a bit overwhelming. Now, don't misunderstand me. All that control is great, but for later. For somebody just starting a YouTube channel or somebody who hates technology, the Pocket 3 is ridiculously beginner-friendly, especially if you just want to make videos without needing a college degree. Point goes to the Osmo Pocket 3. But easy doesn't always mean the best, because round two, this is where things start to get a little serious. All right, now we got to talk about video quality, and in this round, it definitely goes to the Canon R50V. Pretty comfortably. Now, before you Pocket 3 owners attack me in the comments, listen, the Pocket 3 looks beautiful, like shockingly good, especially for something the size of a candy bar. But the Canon R50V has something that the Pocket 3 just simply can't compete with, a much larger APS-C sensor. And when you pair this thing with a good lens like the Sigma 16mm, buddy, come on, it's in a different league. You get better background blur, you get better separation, better bit depth, you get better skin tones, better low light flexibility, and honestly, more of that professional look. The Pocket 3 looks polished, but the R50V looks cinematic. Sorry, I hate that word too, but I had to say it. But especially for talking head videos like this one. If you want your videos looking more premium, then the point goes to the Canon R50V. But there's one thing the R50V struggles with, and this next round, the Pocket 3 absolutely embarrasses it. Okay, this one, it's not even close. Not by a long shot. The Pocket 3 absolutely destroys the R50V with stabilization. And why? Duh. Because it's got a 3-axis gimbal. Translation, your footage looks smooth as butter. You can literally take this thing and walk down the beach on the shoreline talking to yourself, and it's going to look smooth. Try walking handheld with this thing and no stabilization? Buddy, come on. It'll look like Bigfoot shot the footage. You're bouncing around. Everything is shaking. Your audience looks like they suddenly got seasick. Now, sure, you can buy a gimbal, or you could stabilize in post-editing. You can work around the corners, but that takes time and effort. The Pocket 3, it just works. And honestly, for vlogging, travel videos, walking footage, the Pocket 3 is just ridiculous. This thing practically begs you to go make content. So the point goes to the Osmo Pocket 3. All right, you guys, we got 4 more rounds to go. But if you're enjoying this video so far, do an old guy a solid. Hit the like button. Hell, subscribe to the channel. And if you're having any issues at all with video creation, you let me know down below. Maybe I could shoot a video to help you solve that problem. And don't be shy, because I enjoy doing this, so you just let me know. But now we hit a category where the Pocket 3 starts sweating just a little bit. Okay, the winner of this round, the Canon R50V. This is where the Canon says, hey, look at me. I'm not a toy. Because when the sun goes down, or you're shooting indoors, or maybe filming at night, the R50V starts pulling away. Especially with a nice lens like that Sigma 16mm f1.4. I've said it 100 times on this channel. That Sigma lens basically turns this Canon camera into a different beast. And in low light, it's obvious. You get a cleaner image, you get less noise, you get better skin tones, you get more separation, just a more professional looking video. The Pocket 3 still looks surprisingly well. I mean, honestly, DJI put some kind of wizardry or something in this camera. But with that smaller sensor, once it starts getting dark, it starts to struggle. Now, before we move on, can we please, for the love of God, stop pretending that audio doesn't matter? Because bad audio will destroy your video faster than bad lighting ever will. Okay, the winner in this round, I'm sorry, I have to call it a tie. Because honestly, both cameras can sound fantastic if you're not using the built-in microphones. Now, honestly, the Osmo Pocket 3 sounds fantastic using the DJI microphones, the Mic 2, the Mic 3, even the Mic Mini. They're super easy, super clean, and very beginner-friendly. But the Canon R50V, it gives you options. Wireless microphones, shotgun mics, USB audio, all different kinds of setups. There's more expandability. So if you're serious about growing on YouTube, the R50V gives you more room long term. But for simplicity, definitely the Osmo Pocket 3. So it's a draw. Okay, now this round matters way more than most people realize because the best camera in the world means nothing if it's sitting at home. All right, this one obviously goes to the Osmo Pocket 3 because you can fit it in your pocket. I mean, literally, it's got to be a big pocket, but you can fit it in your pocket. That's the whole game. You can take this thing anywhere: beach walks, restaurants, road trips, farmers markets, fishing piers, cruises, whatever. If there's something I've learned as a creator, the best camera is often the one you actually have with you. How many shots or opportunities have you missed because your big, heavy camera bag is sitting at home? Meanwhile, Pocket 3 owners, they're already shooting. And because this thing is so small, people really just act differently around it. You whip this thing out and have an external monitor hooked up to it or have it on a gimbal, people start getting weird. You whip this thing out, nobody even notices. The Pocket 3 is amazing for travel content, vlogging, lifestyle videos. Point definitely goes to the Osmo Pocket 3. Now we get to the big one, the deciding round. And honestly, this is the round that matters most if you're serious about growing on YouTube. And the winner is the Canon R50V. Look, if your goal is, I just want to make fun videos, then the Pocket 3 is your guy. But if your goal is to grow as a creator, then the winner is the Canon R50V, because this camera teaches you real video skills about lenses, tools like false color, zebras, focus pulling, 10-bit 422, exposure control, lighting, composition, all the camera things. This is a camera you can grow into, and honestly, that matters. Because eventually, most creators want more. They want better image quality. They want better lenses. They want more control. They want a more professional look, and the R50 gives you that path. Now, yes, there's a learning curve to all of that, absolutely, but the payoff is huge. The Pocket 3 helps you start. The R50V helps you grow. Point to the Canon. Okay, so final verdict, who wins? Actually, you do, because both of these cameras are fantastic, but they're fantastic for different style shooters. The Osmo Pocket 3 is for somebody who just wants easy. Maybe you travel a lot, you vlog, you want incredible stabilization, you absolutely hate technology. You want the fastest path to making content, but you want the R50V if you're somebody who wants more professional looking video. You actually care about low light. You want to learn about filmmaking. In that case, it's the R50V. So if you had to pick just one of these cameras, please let me know down below. We're going to call it a Bo poll. Which one would you choose? And be honest. And if you enjoyed this video in the slightest bit, please do an old guy a solid. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Look, my entire channel is based around shooting better looking videos with tools like the R50, the R50V, and the Osmo Pocket 3. That's my whole channel. And if you want to learn more about any of those cameras, give this video a watch right here and you'll learn more. My name is Bo, and I gotta go. I will see you in that next video. I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you. And again, subscribe, like, comment, and share. I appreciate it. See you next week.